Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday morning, June 22nd, 2026, and it's time for Coffee on the Porch. Welcome. Weekly live stream with me, Eric Folkerth. Getting started here. Let me get where I can say hi to y'all. Welcome, friends. This is Coffee on the Porch. This is a live stream that you are seeing here on Substack. And I'm here theoretically every Tuesday morning. Well, now my thing isn't working. Let me do my preset here, which I should have done a minute ago. Hi, how are you doing? Trying to stay engaged with y'all. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me bump up the volume. Hope everything is in order. Was a little behind this morning. Coffee on the Porch. It's a live stream. I've been doing it for many years now. Many years here. Live, we talk about spirituality, politics, music, life, whatever else you might want to talk with us about. We usually have a nice little community that gathers from really all over the country now. It's kind of a fun thing. And so welcome to all of you. Let me say hello to those who are joining. Dan Gilliam, welcome. Nancy Bryant up in Fort Collins, Colorado. Linda Waring in Ohio. Kat Bird. Sharon Evans, welcome. Corey Smith, welcome to you. Susan Richmond, welcome to Susan. David Christian, some of these are new names. I hope you guys enjoy this. Linda Waring says good morning. Janie Henderson joining us from a little bit north of Fort Worth, I believe, right? Carol Ann Chidlaw, welcome to you. Good morning, Richard Hearn. Tara Lang. Hey, David Griggs, glad you're finding it. Look at this. Rick Lang, out with Tara, says, good morning. Saturday is Tara's birthday. And Carol Ann says, I treasure seeing you all. I saw Carol Ann in the real world. She came to church on Sunday. It was good to see you. Where's your UT shirt? Well, you know, I got a lot of shirts, Richard. I've worn my UT shirts. I wear my cowboy hat all the time with the burnt orange bandana over here. See that back there? Wear that every week. I have a burnt orange clergy shirt. I hope you've seen this, Richard. You should be impressed. Good morning, Michael Wesley. Bobby Berger says, coffee on the porch, mugs filled with coffee, bagels, etc. You're all saying good morning back. Bryn, joining us from Chicago. Happy to see you. Very happy to always see you. Well, it is Coffee on the Porch. Thank you for saying hi. Like I said, we joined together for about an hour here on the live stream. We talk about whatever you want to talk about. I usually have a few things I want to cover, as I do today. And yeah, let's just get with it. Let's remind ourselves that you can be reminded. David Griggs recently signed up for the reminders. I think it might have changed his life because he's been here the last couple of weeks. That is, you get a reminder if you're a Substack subscriber. You should get an email. Okay, at the moment we go live. But You know, some people want to get fixed up. They want to get the coffee. See, like what Bobby and Debbie do. You know, they're saying they got their mugs, they got their bagels ready to go. So you need a minute to get ready, is the point. So sign up for the reminders, and you'll get a little nudge right before we go live. Hopefully 30 minutes. I think it was more like 15 today. But feel free to do that. Copy that URL, hit the QR code, and if you give us your information, we'll send you a weekly nudge just before we go live. Okay? That's what that is. All right, this is how we begin. This is our first order of business, always on the floor, which is to say, how is your soul? How you doing? How you hanging in there? And we got to have the coffee for that. That's why we get ready. That's why Bobby and Debbie have the bagels and the coffee ready to go. So I'm going to pour myself a little bit of this delicious Onyx coffee from Fayetteville, Arkansas, in the formal and official Coffee on the Porch mug. Cheers, friends. Take a big sip. Ask yourself, how am I doing? How's my soul? Don't just say fine, but think about it. Think about it for a minute. How am I doing? Am I good? What was the week like? What happened? What's going on? What am I worried about in the world that I'd like to share with somebody? The question is, how is your soul? It's on the screen. It's on the mug. And leave a comment. Some of you are already doing that. You're leaving your comments. And I noodle on the guitar while you do that. This is guitar noodling time. This is comment leaving time. Leave a comment. We'll go back. We'll talk about how y'all are doing. Okay? Trying to remember how to play this. I just practiced it. How is your soul today? It can be any way, good or bad, happy or sad, just glad to be here, or crying in your beer, which would be a weird thing to drink early in the morning. All right, I'm going to cut that a bit short today because you're writing some good stuff I can see. I think I need to readjust here just a moment. Move this a bit over this direction. That feels about right. Okay, good. All right, let me focus on what you're saying. How is your soul? How are you doing? Let's see what we have here. Larry Pennington saying good morning from Colorado. Rick Lang says, my soul is good, been working a lot. Good. And Linda says, I see what you did there, Linda. Nice. Linda says her soul is fine. Okay. I bet there's more than fine, Linda, but you go ahead with that. Larry saying overwhelmed. I'm sorry, Larry. I know it's got to be up and down. I know there's a lot happening with you. So big prayers arising there, buddy. Janie Henderson says this: my soul is filled with the joy expressed by football players visiting from abroad. It makes me happy to see we can share fun things together. I know. I'm going to talk about that. That's one of the things I want to talk about this morning, is the joy of the World Cup. We are seeing a lot of it here in Dallas. It's been super fun, and I got some stuff to say about it. Dan Gilliam says, my soul is always refreshed. Ah, that's nice. When I get to hear you noodling on the guitar. Super nice, buddy. I appreciate that. Rick Lang says, Tara Lang says, my soul is good because Saturday is my birthday and rebaptism, but I'm a little nervous, but I think I've got this. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do too. I hope you, yeah. I'm trying to focus. I have people texting me behind the scenes, which is annoying, but they don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Carol Ann, who I mentioned I saw on Sunday, says traveling later this week for work. And the first time since been married. Can't wait to see how many flowers greet me when I get home. Ah, nice. That's sweet. He's a good guy, man. It was good to talk to both of you a bit on Sunday. It was really nice to see you. Carol Ann says this. Oh, another different Carol Ann. We have two Carol Anns now. Okay. Different spelling. My soul is really doing well these days. My soul, is an old one, but I've been around for a long time, coming to grips and coming to peace with what is, not what I want it to be, but what is. Joined by Lupe the Chihuahua and Basil the cat. Basil or Basil? And countless birds and bees here on my porch. Wow, that's great. What a great setup that sounds like. Lupe the Chihuahua. That sounds like a fun thing. Nice. You know, acceptance of what is a deeply important part of the spiritual journey, isn't it? Right? It's the serenity prayer. Help me understand what I can change, what I can't change, and give me the wisdom to know the difference between those things. Yeah. And Bryn is saying that her knee is healing, which I'm very excited to hear about that. David Griggs says, one more day without a horrible Supreme Court decision just delayed the dread to the last week of their session. Can you remind me, David, and I'm sorry to not remember, but is that next week? Is next week the end? And so therefore we're ready for a lot of potentially tragic things? Is that what you're saying? Good morning, Liz Moen. Are you down at the lake? I hope you are down there. Bobby Berger says this: been thinking about how we as a nation should remake the U.S. into a nation of true democracy and rights for all, and to become a light to the nations. That would be nice. What are your ideas, Bobby? How should we do that? Let's see. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about how we would do that. Oh, there's the birthright citizenship today. Well, I think I understood that the oral arguments seemed to go pretty well. Am I dreaming that? Am I remembering that correctly? That the oral arguments seemed like it went decently for that. So let's hope that is true, and we don't have a terrible thing today. Might even happen. 8 to 10 more significant decisions before the end of the 25-26. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot still coming, isn't it? Cat Bird says, letting go of expectations. It's a hard thing, but more peaceful. That's very similar to what Carol Ann Jidlaw said. The birthright decision might be okay. I think they are done from today. Yeah, we got 2 Carol Anns. Crazy. We got a couple of Nancys. Yeah, it's fun. It's a small world and a wonderful one, right? Okay, friends. Yeah, as we monitor the court, as we monitor all sorts of other things, let me just talk a bit about what's been going on in my world. I got to admit, it was a little calmer this week, and I was not unhappy with that. I know you guys. Look, I just have to do this. It's just Pantone color of the year 2026, American flag blue. Oh my God, y'all. What a show. What a blank show, right? Good Lord. Can you believe all that mess? I mean, it really is a mess. Yeah. It's so ridiculous that I feel like I have to laugh. I can't even be super offended by it because it's just so crazy, this whole reflecting pool thing. And isn't the company name has the name green in it somehow? It's like, come on, you can't make this stuff up. Oh my goodness. And people are grabbing little parts of the American flag blue paint, which is floated up from the bottom. I mean, it's so trashed out, y'all. It's just a mess. So, anyway, I don't know. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but this mildly amused me this week, and I had to share that with you because I'm a 13-year-old boy at heart. Yesterday morning was at church early to say goodbye to these beautiful folks. This is our youth mission team that is headed out. Well, they are there now. They are up in Paris, Texas, out on the river. This is at a place called Cultivate, which is a community out there run by my friend Rob Spencer, retired United Methodist minister Rob Spencer. And so they'll be out there all week, and God bless them. Congratulations, and God bless them. I got in a beautiful sunset ride last night, and the colors were really interesting. These were kind of the colors. Like, it wasn't I don't know if there's like smog in the way or whatever, but that's the sun. And it looked like the moon over there. It wasn't bright at all. There was something, clouds or smog or something affecting it, but you could definitely tell. I don't know, the colors were different, and they were sort of pastel-ish in a fun way. So that was a nice White Rock bike ride. Flowers are still slowly coming out. I don't know, things are so dang slow here these days. But I've got the lantanas coming out. Some of the coneflowers are coming back, at least on the strip on the side of the house, which is where this is, starting to pop out. And I'm still waiting on the back, man. The back wildflower garden is deeply surprising me, disappointing me, frankly, in terms of how unprolific it is. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I want to remind you about this. Just keep up the prayers for Denise's family. This is her and her cousin on the left. I showed this picture last week. Her cousin, Teresa, was killed in a accident about 2 weeks ago now. A horrible racing accident. These street racers that kind of run around different places. And she and her grandson and her daughter and her grandson were all killed. It was horrible. 3 generations killed in that branch of Denise's family. And I'm mentioning this because her services begin tonight and tomorrow, and services for all 3 of them. So that's going to be hard. And just keep the prayers up, if you will, for them. Let me see what else you guys are saying over here. It's truly reflecting back the vile scum that is. You can't make up. It's literally scum. scum growing on the reflecting pool. It gives new meaning to draining the swamp, doesn't it? They literally created a new swamp. The makers of Roundup have offered to resod the South Law. Quid pro quo. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a mess. It's a mess. There's so much dealing going on, right? So much self-dealing and other dealing. Hey, I don't know that I want to spend a lot of time on this today, but, it was Father's Day weekend, and I put together a couple of really fun pictures here. Oh, this is a wonderful generational picture for me. This is on the left. That is my dad as a young man, and my grandfather, Frankie, and that's me as the little baby in between them. And you see their kitchen table behind us there. And then, of course, decades later, this is my father as an older man, and me as a young man, and Maria. And so Father's Day just got me thinking about dads, and got me thinking about dads being involved with kids, and somehow that got me thinking about this, which was the other day at the church. We had a wonderful event with our fathers. There's a lot more than this. This is just one little side of the room. Multiply this by about 6, and you'll see. I wish I'd gotten a longer shot of the whole room of dads and donuts. And these are our young kids in our school with their dads. And I'm really proud of our school, and I'm really proud of these dads. And a lot has changed about the role of dads, and I think it needed to. And, when I was a young man, I was often, Denise and I decided to really split a lot of child raising stuff. I mean, there's some stuff that really only a mom can do. But I did a lot of school stuff. And I got to tell you, even in the 90s, that felt a little weird at times. Felt like I was the only guy, and the other moms sometimes looked at me kind of sadly. But out at Kessler Park, I mean, these dads, they play with their kids. They hang out with them after school. They'll go out to the playground and they'll hang out some more. And I'm glad for this different new role that fathers are taking on, and this generation that I think is just embracing a new way of being a father in very healthy ways, frankly, very whole ways. So congratulations to all these fathers on Father's Day. Speaking of fathers and mothers, want to mention this picture. I know I put this up last week, but this is a picture that makes me very, very happy. These are all women clergy in the Horizon, Texas Conference, my United Methodist annual conference here in North Texas. Really it's not exactly, but it's close to the top half of Texas, really, is what we are. And we now have hundreds and hundreds of clergy, as you can see, women clergy. We've been ordaining women clergy for now 70 years. We celebrated that this week. And of course, I couldn't help but remember that, as you may have heard in the culture, the Southern Baptists are going in the complete and opposite direction. The Southern Baptists, almost in the same week that we were gathering to celebrate 70 years of ordaining women, the Southern Baptists were gathering to basically turn the screws, basically, on churches and women clergy once again. And it's another reminder that theology matters. It really does. What we believe matters. And I hope, I trust that if you are a part of a faith community, you're going to be a part of a community that that does embrace women and their ministry. So that's an essay I wrote about that this week. I just called it Women Clergy, and the subtitle is The SBC Inspired a Non-Mansplaining Gratitude for Them. And I don't even have the time to get inside their heads. I don't know. I don't understand. It's anti-woman. All I can tell you is women clergy. I would not be a pastor today without women clergy, without my campus minister, who was just remarkably important to my life. And when I was a young man at UT Austin, my campus minister, Claudia Heibaugh, who I'm kind of re-engaging with in the last few months, she was remarkably important to me. So it's not even a debatable fact that women can be very, very qualified and capable, and we have women senior pastors, we have women district superintendents and bishops all throughout our system. It's just not an issue. And so to see a place where it is an issue is just bizarre to me. But I got to think in some ways it is connected to this other picture here of these dads. It takes families who understand that we can cooperate with each other. Moms and dads can share household duties. You really can. It's not unheard of. And that opens up a new life for fathers to be more involved in their children's lives, and it opens up beautiful, beautiful things for women and women clergy. So let me see. Liz Moen, who is a woman pastor friend, says, I stepped back into the pulpit on Sunday, doing it again next Sunday. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Akiazium, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Anyway, you can copy off that essay there if you are interested in learning more. Carol Ann says this, here at St. Francis Episcopal Church in Tyler, we've just hired a female priest to lead us. So excited. Well, of course you are. She's going to be great, I'm sure. I'm very confident. It's not a big deal. It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal. I mean, look, I'm not saying the United Methodist Church is without issues, 100% related to women clergy even. We could do with being much, much more proactive in making sure there's not a glass ceiling for women anymore, which there still is, sadly, in many cases. But we have wrestled with this for 70 years, and we've had pioneering women who've been involved all the way along. So congratulations once again to women clergy. And congratulations to all fathers everywhere who really engage with their children and really are partners to their wives. That is what I have said for decades and decades, that the world needs. We need a shift in fatherhood, in motherhood, in understanding all these things. It's not emasculating. I don't even know. The rhetoric is so freaking ridiculous. Honestly, it is. So anyway, that's my views. I'm sure that's not surprising to you. Hey, I think it was Kat who mentioned this. So exciting. The World Cup. The World Cup has been amazing so far. These are pictures that I snapped in Deep Ellum on Sunday night. Went on a walk in Deep Ellum. There you see Argentina fans on the left, and you see Austria fans on the right. The Austria fans were all singing together. I have no idea what they're singing. Chants, they were just jumping up and down, singing, having a great time. I got to tell you, it's amazing. Last night on the way home from the office, drove through, saw these same kind of blue jerseys and red jerseys as the game was about to get going. It's been a joy here in Dallas to see all these World Cup fans here. But I want to remind you about something. Not trying to be an ass, but I want to point this out. They are giving us a new view of who we are as a people. Where they are showing us ourselves. They're mirroring it back to us. They're eating barbecue and being amazed. They're eating Tex-Mex and being amazed. They're getting their cowboy hats. They're going around. But y'all, 90% of these shots are here in the big city. They are reminding us of the beauty of what it means to live in a big city. I'm not trying to diss country people at all. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying both of those of us who live in big cities and those of us who peer in from the outside, we can often be very critical about what goes on here. They're jumping on scooters. I saw a World Cup Austrian dad and boy on two Lime scooters zipping through downtown yesterday. So they're enjoying our city the way we could enjoy our city. Why don't we? Why don't we take a bite of barbecue and go, oh my God, that's the most amazing thing ever? Why don't we enjoy getting together? Why don't we enjoy the friendly rivalries of our teams? So thank you, World Cup people. It is a joy for us to see our city through your eyes. And we're proud, we're happy that you are enjoying what you're seeing, that you're liking what you're seeing. But I do want to point out, look at the social media. Almost all these World Cup posts are from big cities. They're from Pecan Lodge down on Main Street. They're from Terry Black's down on Main Street in Deep Ellum. Yeah, both of those in Deep Ellum. They're from Bishop Arts. They're from downtown streets down in the AT&T Plaza. People are they're jumping on Dart and they're riding Dart around and saying, Dart is amazing. Thank you. Why don't we say Dart is amazing? See? So I'm grateful for these folks coming and just showing us the sheer joy of what it means to live in our own city. Thank you for that reminder. God bless all of you here for the World Cup. Well, I guess that's about all I wanted to really say about that. Let me see. I did have one other issue of the week to note to you, and that also, let me see what y'all are saying. When we come over here to Oak Cliff once a month, we really enjoy the Bishop Arts and walking around. Yeah, it's amazing, Bobby. Living in the city is different. You know, it really is. And yeah, there are bad things that happen here, but there are a lot of people really trying to live together and trying to make it work. People of different races, of ages, economic circumstance, sexual orientations, and we all live together. Different faiths, and we make it work. And it's a beautiful, wonderful thing, and it's not destroying America. It's what makes America great, I think. Let's see. Kat says this. You've experienced a lot of season ticket holders with FC Dallas, amazing tailgating in the parking lot. Are they out there at the FC? I don't even know. Out in Frisco at FC Dallas? Fellow season ticket holders were Argentinian. We'll have, at FC Dallas. Oh, I see what you're saying. When you go to FC Dallas, you experience that there, I think is what you're saying. It's fun. It's fun. Diversity is a strength. I think that's the thing I want to say here. Diversity is a strength, and the World Cup is reminding us of this. The World Cup is reminding us, as they wear their jerseys, as they represent Argentina and Austria and Japan and Mexico and all the other countries that have already been through here. The World Cup is reminding us that diversity can be a strength. It's not something we have to fear. It's not something we have to xenophobically get rid of. And I suppose this leads me to this picture of my dear friend Daniel Cantor. Daniel Cantor is the senior pastor at First Unitarian Church downtown. And this is a picture of Daniel at an event several weeks ago now in Grand Prairie, where Daniel was there to support Muslim brothers and sisters. You may remember they've had a little controversy in Grand Prairie about a Muslim event that got canceled. They've had a little controversy in Frisco with a mayoral candidate that said terrible things about South Asian people. So Daniel is here making this speech in support of Muslims in Grand Prairie. And I love Daniel. I've known him for 30 years. But y'all, recently, the United States military, under Pete Hegseth, has now removed Unitarian Universalism from the list of approved faiths for support by the U.S. military. They've removed them. Many of the founding fathers were Unitarian Universalists, Unitarians or Universalists back in that day. And it's just stunning to me. But I want you to note here, first they came for the Muslims, and now they're coming for the Unitarian Universalists. And, you know, I'm not either Muslim or Unitarian Universalist, but I got to tell you that I support them, and I support their right to exercise their faith anywhere they want. Which part didn't you know? That this is happening, or that the military did their thing? The military has a list of approved religious faiths that they will provide pastoral care for, that are allowable on bases and these sort of things. And as I understand it, they have shaved off the Unitarians from that list at the very time that Unitarians are out supporting the religious rights of other people. So pay attention, folks. A restriction of somebody else's freedom is a restriction for all of us, and a bad thing. And again, I think the World Cup is showing us how foolish this is. We can live together on different teams, in different tribes. We can live together this way. We can have fun. We can gently prod each other about our religious faiths and cultural faiths, and we don't have to fear them. Yeah, I did write an essay about that as well, Nancy. Let me see if I hope this is the right link. Yeah. And I kind of reframed that old poem from World War II. First they came for the Muslims, then they came for the UUs. You know how it ends. See? So it's just more of the needless and senseless balkanization and driving the wedges between people. So check out the essay. I think I give more of the specifics, Nancy, about what's happening there if you want to see that, or if you didn't see that earlier. All right, friends. Well, I think that's the kind of stuff I wanted to say today. The World Cup thing has been so exciting. Really is. It's fun. So Argentina did win, right? I didn't see the final score. I saw they were ahead 2-0. I can't say that I'm watching the games. I got to tell y'all. You know, I'm glad they're here. I'm glad they're having a good time. I would love for them to come back, but it's not going to turn me into a soccer fan. Sorry. I'm real happy. I'm happy that the whole world unites behind this, and that this really is next, along with the Olympics. I think this is the world's great sporting event, and it's very cool. It's really fun. The level of fan engagement with the city is the thing that I just didn't expect. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for the joy of these fans in our city having so much fun. So and it's not over. They're here for 2-3 more weeks because we got more games coming. So I'll have more to say about this. I'll probably write an essay about this very thing this week. But it's very exciting to see people loving our city. When I have friends who come, I love to drive people around and show them the Dallas that I love, which is not the Dallas of TV. It's not the Dallas of the Real Housewives of Dallas. It's not the Dallas of Larry Hagman's TV show Dallas. It's not those. That's a bunch of BS. It's not even the rich part of Dallas. It's this part that Bobby was talking about earlier about Bishop Arts and East Dallas and Uptown even. God bless the Uptown people. Downtown, it's the Cedars, Fair Park. I love the core of the city. I really do. Oaklawn. All that area, and that's really where these folks are hanging out, and it's fun. It's fun to see it. All right, I want to do a song. This has nothing to do with anything I just said. This is just a song I felt like playing today because I am relearning it, repracticing it in with the plan of recording it soon. I think I played this for you when I wrote it last year. It's called Picking Up the Fragments. Picking up the fragments, putting them in line, tapping out the tempo, counting out the time, looking for the moment when the whole thing rhymes. Picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments. Got a notebook filled with these paper scraps and a bunch of voice memos on my iPhone app. Got a tune I dreamed in a recent nap and a 6-string here in my hand. Picking up the fragments, putting them in line, capping out the tempo, counting out the time, looking for the moment when the whole thing rhymes. Picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments. So I'm just gonna try to get out of the way, gonna listen real hard to what the muses say, and with any luck, by the end of the day, I can play you where the music lands. Picking up the fragments, putting them in line, tapping out the tempo, counting out the time, looking for the moment when the whole thing rhymes. Picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments. Looking for the moment when the whole thing rhymes. Picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments. We were doing fine, just you and me, till the lies of friends broke this harmony. Now shattered dreams are all we see, strewn across this floor. But take my hand and come along. The future's ours, that past is gone. And together we will write a song of all that's left in store. Just picking up the fragments, putting them in line, tapping out the tempo, counting out the time. Just looking for the moment when our whole lives rhyme. Picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments, picking up the fragments. Ah, well, not sure what I think of that song still. I think I like it. It's a fun little song called Picking Up the Fragments, probably self-obviously. Fun song. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, it's a song. I wrote that, let's see, check out the stories of base camp towns welcoming teams. I will, thank you. Yeah. Reminds you of Mosaic, taking the broken things and making something beautiful. That's exactly it, Liz. That's exactly it. Tell me what you think of that song. Do you like that one? I'm just not sure. It was inspired by two things. Denise, as you know, had a political campaign a little over a year ago. That was 2 years ago almost now. It was very divisive, and it was she was not treated well by people who were supposed to be her friends. I'll just say it that way. I'm not going to name names, but it was hard. It was very, very hard and surprising and shocking a little bit. And meanwhile, I was having trouble writing songs. So it's like, okay, how do I do this? So I thought let me write a song about writing songs, taking fragments of paper, little voice memos, getting together and putting the fragments together. As Liz said, this is what you do with a mosaic. It's also what you do in songwriting and frankly in all creativity. You take the little fragments. You take the things that you're not sure they fit. You're not sure how they fit, but you kind of move them around a little bit. Maybe this goes here. Does this go here? Oh yeah, this goes here. Oh yeah, that's good. Do that again. Or no, it doesn't quite land. No, let's try that again. So, sometimes in our lives we have times where there are fragments strewn across the floor. And I feel like the process is similar. It's a creative process that we're called to. We're called to pick up the fragments from our challenges, from our hard times, pick them up and put them back together in a new way. It's not always the old way. Oh, Liz says, I think people will find meaning and healing from it. A lot of people feel fragmented. We certainly do right now, don't we, Liz? Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I still got to learn how to play the little blues riff better. It's definitely going to be on electric guitar, for sure, on the recording. That's something that was determined about a week ago. But anyway, it's Picking Up the Fragments. It's a fun little song from me. So, all right, I don't know what happened here, but I got in a totally different place. All right, let me wind things down. It's a little early, but I'm going to go ahead. Metaphor for life, Kat says. Yeah. All right, I just picked my nose right in front of you, didn't I? Because I thought this was on. See, you weren't supposed to see that. You're supposed to be seeing this. Just a reminder that Unfinished Business, my record, is out. In fact, there are 2 records out that are still very, very proud about. Very happy with both of these. I got some new recordings that I really, really like. Some of these new songs. Already working on other songs, including this one that I did for you today, which is called Picking Up the Fragments. Actually, it's really picking up the fragments, not picking. Picking up the fragments. Look for that. Look for that coming someday soon. A reminder as we wind down. Yeah, picking up the fragments. Oh, I see what you did there, Dan. Nice. Good job. Touche. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yeah, that's what I was doing. You weren't supposed to see it. Let me see what Julie's saying here. Let me jump back. Our women's retreat this year was about kintsugi. Ah, yes, I've heard about this. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kintsugi, where you put the fragments together with gold and you make something beautiful. Yes, exactly. There's so many parts of our life, right? I stumbled. I got to get this book because I heard somebody talking about it yesterday. This book that talks about how we really do. We grow from our regrets, actually. We grow from our hard times. We grow from the things we didn't wish happened. And it's this whole book by this social scientist, which I love this kind of stuff. That because I feel like that's the metaphor you've heard me say before for resurrection. That's how resurrection happens in our life as we're here in this life. That part of resurrection is that bad things happen and new life comes out of that. Not in a quid pro quo, but we just do that. We pull these fragments back together. We pull the fragments of our lives together and create something beautiful. Thank you for that reminder, Julie. That's exactly correctly on point. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Hey, reminder at the end while we're winding down that you can sign up for the text messages. Please feel free to do that. The only thing I'll send you usually is a text message reminder that we will be here, usually about 30 minutes ahead, at least sometime ahead, to nudge you to grab a cup of coffee and stop what you're doing and join us live. That's what the text reminder is. So if you want to get a text reminder, sign up for that as well. Okay, friends, I think we're going to wind down. It's a bit early, but I feel like I covered what I wanted to cover today with you. God bless you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. It feels like we had new folks. We have a few new folks every week. We're glad to have you. Come on back. This is just a coffee hour time. It's all it is. And we talk about spirituality, music, politics, art, the combination of those things, or anything that any of you want to talk about. Pulling together life and faith and social justice often together in a little gathering that we call Coffee on the Porch. So we're not on the porch because it's what's the temperature? It's 80. Okay, it's just 83 degrees, but y'all, it's like 152% humidity out there. It's Houston outside right now. I don't even know what's happening. It's been so damn humid the last couple of summers. I don't know what happened to our drier summers. Kat, I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember the name of the book. Aha, that's what I have to go research. I heard it in an online interview, and I got to go back, and I got to find the author in the book and everything. I was doing other things, listening. I will find that, and I assure you I'm not done talking about this. But it did say, I will say there was, and I can't even remember one of the things they noted was that we have two kinds of regret that we notice. We regret things that we're grateful didn't happen, and then we regret things, like we have a regret, but hey, look, something positive happened. My car broke down today, but then there was a big storm, and so I needed to stay in anyway, and man, would I have gotten wet, and I might have gotten struck by lightning. So it's a good thing that my car broke down. There's that kind of regret, and it has a name, and I'm sorry I don't remember all of it. But then there's the other kind of regret that just stays with us. And as we get older, maybe we have more of these, where it's the life regrets, where we say, I wish this had turned out differently. I wish that had turned out differently. And the point of the book is we can still grow from those, but only if we use them as fuel. There was a great quote in the interview that says, "Regrets can be the fuel to help change your life." And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful metaphor, beautiful image. I will absolutely post it when I remember. So anyway, it's picking up the fragments. I guess it is connected, isn't it? Maybe that's why I wanted to do that song today, y'all. It probably is. My subconscious heard this yesterday and said, "Oh, you have a song about that." Yeah, that's probably what happened, y'all. And I'm just now figuring it out in this moment. That's a part of picking up the fragments. We pick up our lives. We put pieces back together. We create something beautiful. We create art, the art of our life, the art of our soul. And we're able to bring things together surprisingly sometimes, even when we don't think we can. All right, well, that's a pretty cool last word that I didn't expect to tell you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here with us today. Dan Gilliam says this: "I love spending the mornings with you. Thank you for taking the time to be with us." I appreciate that, Dan. It helps me to hear that because, as you know, there's always a lot going on. And there's a lot going on today. I have to jump out and get on with a busy day here, but I'm glad to spend this time with y'all as well. So sign up, subscribe. You don't have to pay. You can choose the non-paid subscribe time thing and sign up for the text reminders. And join us every Tuesday morning, 9:30 Central, for Coffee on the Porch. Until next week, y'all, this has been Joy, grace and peace to you all, and hope you have a great week, okay? Bye-bye.